Hey everybody, thanks for joining me for another episode of Blind Buys. I'm Jeff. These are some of the blind buys. That's the rotation, the lineup for what's coming up next. You can always leave a comment. Let me know if there's anything you're thinking about buying, anything you'd like to see me open, give a review on, anything like that. Or if you'd like to just leave me a comment in chat, we can do that too. I'm pretty sure I forgot to give credit where credit is due. King Lanky is the one that spurned this series, mini-series, whatever you want to call it, between Purple Label, now Bleecker Street, and then Romance Silver by Ralph Lauren, just because apparently they all have some similarities. So I said what we are opening, and here it is. It is a 1.7 of Bleecker Street. It's in this bag just to kind of, it's another one of those ones where it's like no cellophane. You could have opened it, but I don't. I'm just kind of, I would like to save the bag because throwing out bags is generally not good. But I think this one will probably end up in the landfill, unfortunately. Maybe we could repurpose it for another stink. But very nice packagings and everything's. Excuse me. This is a niche product, bond number 9. Maybe the first niche I bought, not the first niche I've opened, as Cartusia has definitely been opened. That's a niche product, I believe. And I got a little peek there, but let's give you guys a good look too. So there it is. These bottles are wild. Oh! Don't do what I just did. Holy shnikes. My lord. Yeah, it's sick, dude. Yeah, these bottles are wild and apparently somewhat stable. There's some sort of like card action and stuff in there. Let's see what we got. Instructions for use. Open bottle, breathe in. Congratulations, you have just caught a whiff of New York. Well, I mean, I could just open my door and do that. But whatever. So, this is apparently very similar to Purple Label, and either I'm smelling it on the table or on my notebook, which is just to my left, or it's coming through the cap here. Maybe I fractured something, but yeah, very similar right off the bat. Okay, maybe I opened it backwards. No atomizer, but boop-a-doo-doo. There we go, it's facing the right way. So I expect this one to be very similar to Purple Label. Let's just blast on. The main accords in this are fruity and woody, which is very similar to Purple Label. So on the second shot, way better atomizer right off the bat. It's got ozonic, aromatic, and green, earthy, mossy. And already off the bat, it smells a lot like Purple Label, which is not bad. Purple Label was a very nice smell, but it was lacking in performance and build quality overall. Let's get some notes going. I expect them to be very similar. I also failed to mention in the Purple Label video that those notes on Fragrantica are not completely wrong, but lacking. I didn't make a good note of that. But in Bleecker Street, as far as top notes, we've got violet leaf, blueberry as opposed to blackberry, cassis, and thyme. In the middle, we've got cedar, jasmine, and cinnamon. And in the base, more of that oak moss. We've got suede, patchouli, amber, vanilla, and caramel. So, off the bat, this smells much more floral. Definitely leans away from the very masculine, completely unable to be, I mean, I guess a woman can wear whatever they want, but a woman smelling like Purple Label would be kind of bizarre. This is much closer to unisex. The violet leaf, the jasmine, for sure, are pushing out. There are florals. Almost smells a little bit like the Ghost in the Shell in a weird, sterile hospital kind of way. Looking at the notes, I am not sure what that would be coming from. Possibly the violet leaf and jasmine kind of mix up there. It's floral and just sterile, like I said. Weird. Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting more Ghost in the Shell vibes out of this than I am Bleecker Street. Than I am Purple Label, not Bleecker Street, excuse me. But that's kind of what's happening right now. This isn't woody. Not really fruity, I wouldn't say. Ozonic, sure. Yeah, this smells airy, aldehydic, kind of fuzzy, like a dryer sheet, sort of fresh laundry. Cedar, non-existent. I don't know what cassis is supposed to smell like. Yeah, just overall, kind of different. This is not, I don't know where, little squeaky cat. It's all right. If you just don't do that, it doesn't squeak. I almost don't get the comparison right now. Maybe in the dry down, we're gonna have to give that a couple hours to figure that out. So we're gonna have to catch you on the other side of the waterfall. In the air, I just caught a bit of that blueberry, so that's pretty interesting. But overall, I'm not really seeing the comparison, and we're going to have to, wear this for a few days, but generally speaking, different. I think people just kind of attribute the blackberry, blueberry, fruity kind of thing, add a little bit of woods behind it, and, you get they're the same. But no, not really. Very nice scent for starters. We'll wear this for a few days, see how it goes, and let you know on the other side of the waterfall. So thanks, guys. Okay, everybody. First off, sorry this took so long. The weather in New York has not been so good. I was having to wear hoodies all week, and as such, it was really kind of hard to come up with any sort of notes on this fragrance. I was having to wear it in the evening and sort of kind of cop together after wearing the fragrance all day, which isn't really as true as you can get since you're already inundated with the smell all day, whether your brain knows it or not. So it took a little extra time, and the little extra bad weather just wasn't very good for morale either. But anyways, charging on. Bond number 9, Bleecker Street. It's pretty good scent, but overall, we'll talk about it. Batch code, we've got 24422, which gives an exact born on date of September 1st, 2022 on Check Fresh. Whether that's just a generic, month of September kind of thing, we'll just kind of go with that. I got this off of fragrancebuy.ca for $117.34. It's a 1.7 ounce bottle, and that works out to $69.02 an ounce. Definitely on the way upper side of price per mil, price per ounce. This is a niche brand, so that's kind of what you're going to expect, right? It's going to be more expensive, and as such, it's going to have to be a little more refined, which it actually is, come to find out. The projection is fine. It's not really all that great, I wouldn't say. Although, put a little asterisk there. I was wearing hoodies all week, but even still, taking showers in the evening, reapplying, it didn't really feel like I was getting big projection. Different little experiment I tried this time. I was spraying my decorative hand towels in my bathroom just to try and see if it would last all night or if I could get a blast in the face whenever I walked in there. Not really. Kind of, it's like a couple feet, maybe a foot or two, but it doesn't fill a room or do anything crazy like that. It's probably more intimate than boastful, Longevity, I mean, I put 6 to 7 hours at most, but in reality, it's probably 4 to 5 to 6. It's just not great longevity-wise. Maybe more of an evening scent, I believe. You could wear it during the day. It might shine a little better in the high heat. We're going to have to revisit it. But right now, after 2 weeks of wearing this and then this, I'm pretty burnt out on the scent profile. I'm not going to lie. It very quickly dries down to a woody cedar. It runs right past all the blueberry, black currant kind of thing you kind of want it to do. At least on my skin, I was finding that this very, very quickly turns into the cedar woody note that is listed. And that's not really bad, but I'm pretty sure they list this as a unisex fragrance, and it's not really something I'd like to smell on a woman, I guess. It's kind of, I don't want to say smoky, but in a way it's that cedar kind of woodsy, dark woodsy. And then it's got patchouli in the base, which may turn up that woodsy darken knob up a little bit. But it doesn't smell like wook patchouli. It doesn't blast out. The patchouli, if there at all, definitely doesn't get out. It's blended in. And I will say that being a niche product, it is masterfully blended. So it is well put together, but performance-wise, it may be lacking, especially being on its, 18th iteration or something like that, reformulated through the years. It's got oak moss in the base. The IFRA, I think that's the governing body, took out oak moss right off of the list, and they're having to use different ingredients to make up for that note, and you're just not going to get the same kind of projection longevity kind of thing that they were back in the day, allegedly. I also am not old enough to know what they were doing back in the day. Anyways, I didn't really get a crazy amount of fruitiness off of this like you would want. They've got blueberry listed. In purple label, it's blackberry, fruity. This has cassis, which is the leaves of black currant, apparently. So those aren't apparently fruity in and of themselves, but I think black currant is also maybe worked in there as well. So there is a little bit of fruitiness. You get it more off of clothing and in the air than off of paper, and definitely off of skin. But if you're trying to please yourself with this scent and going for some sort of fruity accord, I just don't think you're going to get it, or at least I was not getting that fruity accord off of my skin. although the thyme and jasmine, the violet on the top, they do make for a fresh sort of fresh floral, sort of herbaceous, aromatic, maybe not herbaceous so much, but like a green aromatic kind of facet to the scent, so that it's not purely woodsy cedar kind of, punching you in the face, but for the most part, that is what it is. In comparison to Purple Label, I think that you're going to find this much more refined. It's a lot less harsh off of paper. And especially in the oak moss, in the dry down, there is definitely a stark difference between the two. You really get like a pure mossy, woody scent with Bleecker Street, but with Purple Label, it's mossy, earthen, and it's very, very telling on paper, side by side. This fragrance has convinced me 100% that I need to get in fragrance strips, so I'm going to be doing that. I'm sorry it's taken me this long to do so, but just for better comparison and, better research going forward, we're going to get some strips in. They are both predominantly woody, aromatic, slightly fruity scents, but I wouldn't say that Bleecker Street is a clone of Purple Label, being that Purple Label came out first. But it is adjacent. It's for sure in the same vein. It's not a clone, but maybe inspired by. Inspired by is getting really close, right? So, you toe that line. I think Bleecker Street's got the legal team to back that up, but it's getting a little close if you ask me. As for most of the other base notes, I found the suede, the patchouli, like I mentioned earlier. It's got caramel, cinnamon, amber. Just, no, not really. I mean, I don't doubt that it's there. I'm sure they use some sort of ingredients to put it in there. Not that they're going to tell you what's in there. If you can see, it's just deionized water, alcohol, and fragrance in there. So they're not even going to tell you, like, the extra ingredients that everybody else tells you. I'm sure there's geraniol in this. Without a doubt. It's in everything. So, I don't know. But all those sweeter notes, accords, facets, just not present on my skin. So, really, like I said, at the end of the day, what you're going to end up with is a woody kind of, pretty much a woody, mossy fragrance. There's not really much more to drive on for the pair of these. They're very similar. Given the choice, this is $125 for 4.2 mils. This is almost $120 for half as much. But given the two, I think Bleecker Street's the better product. Although, really, this is kind of one you should sample. I am not going to say don't buy this, because I think it has a purpose. I think it fits in to collections. It will fill a void. But really, at the end of the day, I kind of got burnt out on this scent profile. And although I will wear it in the future, I'm not certainly like running out to grab this scent again. I'm looking forward to wearing some different stuff coming up and maybe trying to find something that's a little closer to summer. Anyways, guys, you see how good that Donovan record matches this box label? I didn't even try that. I completely forgot that the Hurdy Gurdy Man label is green and purple. Just like to point that out. I'm kind of proud of myself for that one. Anyways, guys, that being said, Find something that's as unique as you are. Wear it unabashedly. And until the next time I see you, talk to you, or anything else, take it easy, guys. Thanks.